I'm extremely happy to be here, and when I think about this journey, it has a lot of history. My first job, I was employed to do the mapping of Mount Elgon. I'm one of the people that did the mapping of Mount Elgon, being able to know where each vegetation is. I have been to Agagai. I don't know how many people have been to Agagai. Anyone who has been to Agagai? Wagagai is the highest point of Mount Elgon. If you have not been, that is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And God is going to ask you why you didn't go there when you were this close. I think we are going to organize an expedition where we go to Wagagai. It's one of the best places in the world. It has flowers in all colors, pink, yellow, the flowers you have never seen. So I worked on that project. I was working with the IUCN, and that was a project that enabled me to do a number of things that I'm doing today. Why? The project was able to pay me very well. I was earning $90 per day. This is 1993. $90 per day, I earned this money for 3 years. Many people at that time, the people I had finished school with, were earning about 100,000 per month. I was earning $90 per day. So that was an opportunity of my lifetime, and I thought I would use that money to support other people. Gudie Leisure Farm is a family business. We are Ugandans, a family. We are not an NGO, we are just a family. And I'm happy today I came with two of my directors, they are also here. We made a decision that we want to participate in the transformation of our country in our own platform. And we chose agriculture as the platform. This was in the year 2009. So we wanted to use agriculture to reach 1 million youth that would drive the transformational journey. But it is not easy to do that. You always need other people around you. In the year 2006, I had the privilege of doing my PhD in Belgium. That is the time I met Dr. Goretti Chitutu. She was in Leuven. I was in Ghent. One of the things that impressed me about her, she comes from this region, I hope you know her. Anybody who doesn't know Dr. Goretti Chitutu? Do we know Dr. Goretti Chitutu? Yes. Yes. You need to know her and you need to celebrate her. We always have to celebrate our own people. Dr. Chitutu had done a lot of work, especially on mountains. She had studied, I think she's the best person in the whole country, if not in Africa, understanding mountains, understanding different variations. She was actually the person who advised the government on Gudula. When we had the landslide in Gudula, she went ahead to advise government and to advise other countries how to avoid that scenario. That is something you should celebrate. As a region, you have been leading in so many things that probably you may not count. He has told you about the story of circumcision and disease control, but I also want us to celebrate the history of coffee. This region is well known for coffee. You have been persistent with coffee. And today, a number of Ugandans are smiling because you persisted with coffee and you are able to create for us a name. That would be something to clap for. There are people who are leaving this world without having something to remember them for. We remember you for coffee. And we also celebrate you for the cooperative union, the Bugisu Cooperative Union. It has been in existence for a very long time. For people to agree, to work together, to share dividends, to keep together. Today we have people who can date you for a day because they cannot keep with you. But you are very many people living together for a long time, showing that you are people who can work together for the development of yourselves, your families, and your communities. So we celebrate you for that. So in the year 2016, Dr. Goretti invited me to come and visit her. I came, we visited her, and she told me, what can we do in my region? We went to Banafa. We studied the region. I was in this region for 1 week that time. I remember I was sleeping in her mother's house. So we were looking for what can we do to be able to transform the people of the region. I remember that time she said, we are going to work with Eddie. Because Eddie is someone I can rely on. And I remember Eddie would come to Goretti's mother's place and work with people, I hope you remember that, to make the coffee pots. And then we started distributing coffee to make sure people have something to sell to the market. So I want you to remember that when you have a friend and you combine, you can do something wonderful. And being loyal is extremely important. Now, because of her, we decided to say, let us see how we can work on the white meat value chain. This was a dream which did not have the money around the dream, but we knew what we wanted. So we agreed that Eddie will be organizing youth who will be coming to the farm for learning. We had no accommodation at the farm, and this place is not very near. So they would get, I think, the buses or the taxis in the night. By morning, they would be at the farm. We would learn. After learning, they go back in the evening. So today when we are here, I believe that it's very emotional for Eddie to imagine how that journey started. To imagine the work you are doing without anyone paying you, without anyone saying thank you, but because you believed in the vision. Today, I want us to celebrate Eddie. I want to thank people like Eddie who offer themselves to lead the way. Eddie has done his work in the most outstanding way. Doing work without any expectation. Doing work for the good of his people. And I don't think that the different 16 sub-counties you went to, all of them have his brothers or his sisters or what. He did this for the good of our people and the good of our region. Eddie, this country, we live to celebrate you. We have so many people that may never have the platform to be seen here and there, but the people that make things happen. And Eddie is one of those people that made things happen. If Eddie had said no, it would have been very difficult for us to do anything in this region. So Eddie, you know that we celebrate you, we appreciate you. We have no capacity to pay what you did. But our belief as Gudie Leisure Farm, whoever does something good for you, you pay it forward. You keep doing good. We are planting the seed of goodness because he was able to show us his good side. I had hoped that the wife would be here. I think she's on the way coming. At times we never get people to talk about us when the people who matter to us are around. But I think she will be coming later. Yes, but what is it that we are celebrating about Eddie? Being selfless, but also being someone who is determined. I remember we used to have so many sessions. Those who have been to Gudie Leisure Farm, you know the sessions of holistic life mapping. I remember he did his map and he said, I want to be a lawyer. He made that decision. And I remember you would travel in the night to go to LDC, to go and study. And today we are so happy. I want us to celebrate Council Eddie. For those of you who don't know, he performed extremely well in law school. We are very proud of him. And that's why the band, I think, is celebrating him as well. Is that the reason? Yeah, let them celebrate because everything starts from your mind. Once you conceive what you want to do with your mind and you choose to do it, that's when we can celebrate. Yeah, you are extremely welcome. Thank you for coming at the right time. When we are celebrating one of the sons of this region for the great work that he did to create an environment that enables Gudie Leisure Farm to celebrate what we are doing in this region. In this meeting, we call it a District Advisory Council meeting. In this meeting, we invite the district leaders and we have three major objectives. Our first objective is to give accountability. When Eddie went to the district and asked for an MOU, we made promises. We said we are going to take your youth for training. We are going to follow them up for growth. Today we want to give you your report. That's out of